Okay, guys, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the action from today's rugby in the URC. And my word, did we have some brilliant games. We had a lot of fire and potential playoffs. Playoff positions have been almost finalized. So let's break it down. Please like and subscribe as always. And starting off with the first game of today, Stormers versus Cardiff. Stormers ended up winning 34-24. Brilliant performance by the Stormers. But Cardiff really made them work. They really made them work. And that first half, it was a bit of a tale of two teams. The Stormers really started off really strong. Cardiff ended up bringing it back slightly, but ultimately the Stormers came through strong. Yes, they made quite a few mistakes, but ultimately performances from Suleiman Hartzenberg, he was just wow. Like, wow, just give bloody props to this guy. 10 points, 16 carries, 7 defenders beaten. What more do you want in a player? Like, seriously, what more could you want in a player? What a bloody 14. Like, that guy, he was on fire today. Like, seriously, he was on fire. But yeah, you have Herschel Yankee, 62 successful passes. We did see an absolute beast in Teddy Williams, though. 21 tackles completed. 21 tackles. And then we had Evan Lloyd, 2 line breaks. There was a late try by Daffyd Hughes. And then Evan Lloyd with 3 turnovers, 1. And this was a big game. This was a very big game for both teams, because now, after this loss to the Stormers, Cardiff currently sit 9th in the league, just sitting outside of that playoff, area. And this has kind of solidified where a lot of teams are going to end up being. It's just going to come down to who's going to be where, if that makes sense, right? So if you look at the spaces between 5 and 8th, there is a 7 point difference. But considering Cardiff have already played and they are on 47 points, Benetton have already played and they're on 46 points, and then 11th Ospreys are on 38. This has kind of decided the playoffs, right? So we are now just going to see who's going to end up finishing higher, right? Because the Scarlets could potentially jump into 7th, 6th, around there, depending on how well they play, and plus a bonus point. So yeah, they could potentially jump up a couple places, but we are going to be seeing the likes of Leinster versus Glasgow, which is going to be an absolute stunning game. We are going to be seeing the Bulls, the Sharks play as well. So pretty much that top 4 are still all to play. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting time. We could potentially see the Sharks go 3rd, Glasgow drop down into 4th as well, which would be interesting considering how most of the season Glasgow was they were 2nd for quite a while, and then they just ended up breaking, and then that last game between Benetton for Glasgow just ended up seeing them just absolutely horrible. But yeah, moving on. Before I move on, 34-24 final score of the game, and now we can move on into Edinburgh versus Ulster. Again, this was an action-packed game. We had a lot of tries. We had a lot of action, a lot of heavy hits, and my word, did they just play their absolute socks off? Like, seriously, just wow. Graham with 3 tries, 9th minute, 74th minute, 81st minute, just to kind of put that little seal on the win. We had 2 tries from Bradbury. You've got a try from Ashman and Schoeman. 4 conversions by Thompson, 2 by Healy. And Ulster, they got themselves a penalty try. Gok got on the a try in the 29th minute, and then Postlethwaite. But honestly, Edinburgh just coming in strong. Yes, they ended up losing to Bath in the Challenge Cup semi-final, but came through strong with wins up against Connacht and Ulster. No, sorry, this is the game, Ulster. Yeah, this was a strong game. Graham was just on fire. He's just got such quick feet. He's just one of those players that you do not want to be on the wrong side of, because he will happily spin you. He will happily spin you. But yeah, very strong performance by Edinburgh, controlling pretty much the entire game from word go. Yeah, it was 80. They were in the lead 84% of the game, and the only time that they weren't in the lead was in the beginning of the game, from kickoff until they ended up getting their first try. So yeah, 7 tries, 6 conversions, absolutely brilliant. Worked their way, and yeah, just what else can you say? Darcy Graham was on fire. 15 points, 1 line break, 3 tries, 7 defenders beaten. What more could you want in a bloody player? Like, seriously, Darcy Graham was on fire. We did have Ali Price with 49 successful passes. Marshall Sykes being an absolute beast the way he is, 20 tackles completed. But honestly, the big thing from Ulster has got to be Jude Postlethwaite. 13 carries, banged themselves a try as well. But they just couldn't compete. Edinburgh are currently sitting 7th. Ulster currently sitting 12th. And yeah, this was an interesting one, especially considering the last couple games. Between I think it was the last 5 games between these two. Ulster have actually won 4 out of the 5, which is actually very interesting, considering they actually got themselves a good beating today. But yeah, brilliant tries, brilliant brilliant work rate from a lot of the players. But Edinburgh, they were just too fast, too strong, and Darcy Graham is just an absolute phenomenon. And then moving into the final game of the day, Munster versus Benetton. This game I actually watched in its entirety, and my word, there were some brilliant tries. Yes, there were a lot of mistakes that were made. There was a lot of back and forth at points, and Benetton really put the work on Munster, but Munster, they were just too strong. Their defensive work was better than most. They just managed to outperform Benetton. Yes, but Benetton, they were a lot more aggressive, but Munster stayed strong, in control of the game pretty much the entire way through. 63% of the game they were in control. We look at how the first half ended. Munster was put under a lot of pressure. Benetton really worked themselves. But ultimately, it was a little bit too little, too late for Benetton. They really worked themselves. But unfortunately, hopefully they might do better next year. This is going to be interesting to see how the playoffs run, who's going to go where. I just want to see this Leinster and Glasgow game. So what a way to end off the season, regular season. What a way for Peter Money to say, farewell to his home ground, which I do believe this would be their final game at home. And what a legend Peter Money has been. So, guys, please like and subscribe. As always, let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts in the comment section below? Who did you support? And do you think your team can win the URC? Let me know in the comment section below. See ya.